Nice to see your face. So if you have 2 blocks or anything that could act as a block, so books or water bottles are good for alternative blocks. Also, if you don't have anything, that's fine too. We'll work with it. So we're going to start in child's pose. It's really coming down on the ground. And as you arrive in child's pose, I want you to imagine that the walls of whatever room it is that you are in, they dissolve and you are just surrounded by the land around you, surrounded by the earth, as if you were laying out on the edge of a mountain peak. Sense the steadiness of the earth around you. Almost feeling it and seeing it come through you. There's no separation between you and the earth, and you can actually feel the earth come into your body. And thus that steadiness coming into your body, through your body. And just breathing yourself open to that. In whatever way feels really organic to you right now. So that might be really subtle, gentle breaths, and it might be bigger, fuller breaths. You just open yourself, breathe yourself open into your inner earth. Slowly walk your hands over towards the left side and go slow, and even really feel like you're walking with your hands on the ground. And then just gentle, encouraging breaths come into your side body. Creating a widening and a softening. And gently walking back through center, feeling your hand as it meets the ground. And then slowly walking your hands over towards the right side. Let your whole body drop down a little bit more, especially through your hips, your shins, your feet. And that gentle, encouraging breath comes into your side body. And the exhale, encouraging the softening. Softening. And then walking hands back through center. Slowly rise up onto hands and knees. And inhale, breathing your heart forward into a cow spine. And exhale, round your spine. And then moving with your breath, just gently moving through your spine. Maybe you start with a little bit less and it grows bigger and bigger with each movement. But go in and move from the soft hold of your inner earth. Go into the earth of your body. And your movement acting as like a massage, wringing out stuckness. And then inhale, breathe your heart forward. Exhale, round your spine, press your hips back onto your heels. Inhale, rise up again, hands and knees. And then move your heart forward and keep sending your heart forward. Let your hips lower down and forward. Lift, roll your shoulder heads back. And then exhale, push the floor away. And feel your shoulder blades spreading across your back as you round and press back. Moving nice and slowly. Inhale, rising up. Your shoulder blades draw together and down your back as your hips press forward. And then exhale, shoulder blades spread apart. So really bring your mind, your awareness into your upper back and feel this movement in your shoulder blades. As you come forward, they hug together and slide down your back. And then as you lift, your shoulder blades spread apart, almost like they could wrap around your outer armpits. Do that 2 more times, just feeling, sensing that movement. All the little tissues that connect with your shoulder blades and your spine, and you're massaging them with your movement and with your breath. And then inhale, coming all the way forward. And exhale, lower down onto your belly. Inhale, lift just to your low ribs, low cobra. Exhale, relax your chest down. Inhale again, low cobra. Root through the tops of your feet. And exhale, release down. One more time, again, shoulder blades sliding down your back. And then push your arms straight, lifting yourself off of the mat. And then again, feel shoulder blades spread across your back as you round back. Inhale, rising up onto your knees. Lower down onto your forearms. Interlace your fingers together at the top of your mat. And kind of walk your knees back like 3 inches. Okay? And now inhale, rock your heart all the way forward. Your shoulders coming over your wrists. And then exhale, press into your forearms. Your shoulder blades spread across your back. Send your hips back over your knees. And then inhale, rocking forward. Shoulder blades come together in towards your spine and slide down. Again, push down, shoulder blades spread as you press your hips back. Okay, so gently moving, rocking forward, sternum forward. Exhale, rocking. Do 2 more times. Good, rock all the way forward. And then keep dropping your hips down, lift your heart. And then spread your palms, elbow distance apart, Sphinx pose. Plant your palms, your forearms, elbows firm into the mat. And just as firm as you are there, press firm through the tops of your feet. Firm the tops of your thighs, pressing them up towards the sky. But then send your pubic bone down, tailbone lengthening back. And now drag your elbows, forearms, palms down and back. And breathe. Go into the inner earth. And breathe a spaciousness. When we spend time with the earth, it reminds us of our own spaciousness and the vastness that is contained within this earth body. So breathe open through the vastness inside. And then press down into your forearms, lift your belly, your hips, your thighs up off of the mat. And walk your knees forward, press your hips back into child's pose. And now walk your hands together at the top of your mat. Palms together in a prayer position. Can you even walk your elbows a little bit further forward now? And walk your hips, wiggle them back just a little bit. You feel super spacious. And then bend your elbows, your fingers point up to the sky, and bring your thumbs all the way around to the base of your neck. Forehead might drop down on the ground. And then breathe into the space between your shoulder blades, the back of your heart. Opening the back of your heart with breath. Extending your arms forward once again. Palms come shoulder distance apart. Rise up onto hands and knees. Now tuck your toes. Make sure that your wrists are right underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up off of the ground. Okay? Or your knees, rather. And now kind of scoop your belly towards your spine. Your shoulder blades start to spread across your back, just like we were finding before. And then from there, root down into your palms, lift, lift. As you're starting to lift your hips, lift the backs of your thighs up towards the sky. Keep your knees bent a lot. Eventually your tailbone shines up towards the sky. Coming into a downward facing dog with bent knees. And feeling that length that you just created from your fingertips to shoulders, from shoulders to side rib cage, all the way to your outer hips, lengthening up, 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 up. up. And then inhale, rocking your heart forward, pull shoulders over your wrists, and then breathe your heart forward and send your shoulder blades down your back. Good. Set your knees and shins down onto the mat, child's pose, press back. Good. Go into inner earth, sensing the vastness inside. And then rising up onto hands and knees. Step your hands 3 inches in front of your shoulders. It'll be a little bit longer this time. Tuck your toes, lift your knees 3 inches off of the mat. Scoop your belly towards your navel, your front ribs towards your back ribs, your heart up into the space between shoulder blades. The shoulder blades are spreading across your back. And now press into your palms as you lift. You're actually getting light as you lift up, and then start to roll your sit bones up towards the sky as you press back. And now press the tops of your thighs back, straighten your legs, release down through your heels any amount. It doesn't matter if you touch the ground or not. And then inhale, lift high to the balls of your feet once again. Maybe a little micro bend in your knees. See if you can find your tailbone lengthening up towards the sky a little bit more. Now feel again the length from fingertips to shoulders to hips. Relax your heels towards the mat any amount. Now bend your knees a lot. Walk your hands to your feet at the back of your mat. Coming into a forward fold. Drop your head completely. Then hold on to opposite elbow with opposite hand. Maybe we even sway side to side. Feeling all the parts of you that connects and lengthen from your pelvis to your ribs, to your neck, crown. Breathing into that vast spaciousness that is native to your body. That is native to the house of your soul. Releasing your arms down, lengthen your heart forward, bend your knees, and we'll crawl yourself back out to a plank pose. Beautiful. Okay, now drop your knees. Lower down onto your forearms and interlace your fingers together once again. Make sure elbows are right under shoulders. And now tuck your toes and lift your knees 3 inches. 3 inches. Hug belly towards spine, front ribs towards back ribs. Feel shoulder blades spread across your back. And now start to root into your palms, forearms, elbows. Lift, lift. Shine the backs of your thighs up towards the sky as you straighten your legs. And now inhale, rock your shoulders forward, come over the tops of your wrists. Exhale, press down as you lift back and up. Inhale, rock forward. Shoulder blades slide down your back. Exhale, shoulder blades spread towards your outer armpits. Good, and then moving forward and back with your breath. Moving from inner earth. Okay, earth is both strong, protective, but earth is also soft and nurturing. And you embody both of those spectrums. Come down onto your knees, child's pose, press down. Bring your arms down by your sides, let your shoulder heads drop towards the mat. Like water pouring off of your shoulders. Breathe and let it fall. Let it be off of you. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your chin towards your chest and slowly roll your spine all the way up to sit. Now, if it's uncomfortable to sit on your knees, you can come onto a seat. Otherwise, inhale, arms reaching all the way out and up. Pause here. Send your tailbone down towards the mat. So your low spine get really long. And And then inhale, breathe up through the sides of your spine. Turn your palms out, sweep your arms around, and interlace your fingers behind your back. And then shoulder blades hug together and wiggle down your back. Slide down your back as you shoot down to your knuckles. But notice if you just popped your belly forward at all. Lengthen, tailbone down. And again, breathe, lifting up. And now start to pull your forearms away from your body towards the wall behind your back. Full breath. Exhale, slowly release arms by your sides. Inhale, sweeping up towards the side. Exhale, palms forward, bend your elbows to shoulder height. Cross your right arm over your left. Now you have options, either taking a little nap, or you can also hug, holding around the sides of your feet. Inhale, floating your arms straight up towards the sky. Exhale, lowering your elbows to your chest. 2 more times. So even if you're in the hug, you can just lift elbows and lower. And 1 more. Slowly unwinding your arms, circling all the way out and up. Side bend over to your right side. Your right side. Side bend. Yeah. And then bend your top elbow, thumb to the base of your neck. Let your chest drop down towards the ground. Gaze down towards the ground. And then exhale, root into your bottom hand, but you're also lifting right up as you turn your top ribs open. And then do that 2 more times. Dropping your chest towards the ground. And then exhale. Feel like your back ribs were like plugging into your spine. And then you can almost feel as you dip your chest down, your back ribs almost spread and expand away from your spine. And then as you lift, you tug them in. Good, and now straighten your top arm. Rise back up to center. Inhale, arms reaching out and up. Palms turn forward, bend your elbows to shoulder height. Left arm goes over your right this time. Inhale, lengthening straight up. Exhale, elbows to your chest. And go inside, feeling where the actual massage, the nurturing, the deep care is happening in the tissues of your body, the bones, the blood. And slowly unwind your arms, circling out and up. Side bend to your left side. Bend your top elbow, thumb to the base of your neck. Inhale, and then exhale, dip your chest down. Inhale, turn open. Breathe your top shoulder open. And then exhale, closing down. Feel your back ribs head away from your spine. Inhale, opening, tucking back ribs in. 1 more time. Extend your arms straight, rise all the way back up through center. Good, and then rock forward, come onto hands and knees, downward facing dog, lengthening back. And you might pedal out through your legs a little bit, move your hips side to side. And then find stillness in a neutral dog and starting to cultivate a little bit more breath, but longer, smoother, more spacious breaths. Water flowing through a wild creek. Not in any rush, it's just moving with its natural rhythm. Lift high to the balls of your feet and bend your knees, gaze between your hands, and slowly walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthening your heart forward. Heel toe your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Grab a hold of your big toe mound. You can always bend your knees if you need, and then lengthen your heart forward. Exhale, a gentle tug, holding your heart down towards the space between your toes. And you might flutter your lips and make your temples really soft and heavy. You even feel like the skin of your scalp, we're just relaxing and dropping into the ground. Good. And then slowly releasing your hold, lengthening heart forward. Put your feet back to hips distance apart. Bend your knees and plant your hands. Now, if you have your blocks or alternative blocks, maybe you're using water bottles or books or anything, you can find them now. You'll bring them right by the sides of your ankles. If you don't have blocks, just with the fingertips down. Okay? And then shift your weight into your right leg and extend your left leg all the way back. So hug your inner thighs towards one another. Lengthen your right hip back. And actually breathe your sideways longer forward. So you're finding that spaciousness. And the shoulder blades sliding down your back. Drop your back knee down onto the mat. Untuck your back toes, root into your front heel, and lift through your heart. You can walk your hands, your blocks, right underneath your shoulders. Lengthen your tailbone down. Breathe, lifting up out of your low spine. And then inhale, sweeping your left arm all the way forward and up. Exhale, side bend over to the right side. You're dragging your right hip down. And then inhale, lengthen straight back up. Hand releases down onto block or floor. And then straighten your front leg. And now walk your hands as far out in front of you as you can find. Whether your hands are on blocks or floor, lengthen all the way out. Keep sending your right hip back. So our tendency is to contract as a reaction to the positions we find ourselves in, whether it's in our body or in our life. So if we can find this space, and space exists around everything. It exists around every physical sensation. It exists around all emotion. Space exists around every cell in our body. And when we can cultivate a richer connection to the space within, we can find that space around the contracting moments of our life. Lengthen your heart forward and rock your weight forward into your front foot once again. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and step to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthening your heart forward. Exhale, folding over your legs. And just pause here for a moment, just feeling your right foot and your left foot. So your right calf, left calf. Right knee and left knee. Right thigh and left thigh. Right hip, right side of pelvis, and left side. And then inhale, lengthening heart forward again. Step your left leg straight back. Okay. Hands on blocks or floor. Strong in your legs. Send your left hip back. So you're already finding the spaciousness through your sideways. How long can you get? Especially in that space between like the top of your hip and your low rib. And then maintain that. So change nothing in your pelvis as you set your back knee down. And then lifting through your heart, you can walk your hands right underneath your shoulders. Lengthen tailbone down. And now notice your left hip wants to hike up towards your shoulder, but keep lengthening it back, 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 back. Lift through your heart. Right arm sweeps forward and up. Exhale, side bend. Okay, now the same thing. Let your outer left hip relax down and drag back. Breathe. Tailbone down. Good. Tucking your back ribs in towards your spine. Full breath. Exhale, hand releases down. Lifting through your heart, straighten your front leg. Fold. Walking your hands out long in front of you. And then even when you think you've found like your full reach, can you find that little bit of a wiggle? Wiggle your hips a little bit further back. Your ribs wiggle a little bit further forward, and then drop. Drop. And then let go of the doing, okay? So there's not even the intention to go deeper and do more, but only and simply to just feel into the space that you have already created. And by going into that space, by breathing into that space that's already there, we actually create more space. It starts to spread and expand, not from a doing, but simply by a witnessing, a being with. And then rocking forward once again. Tucking your back toes, lift your back knee, and step to the top of your foot. Inhale, lengthening heart forward. Exhale, fold. Drop your head, shake it yes. Shake it no. Heavy cheeks as you do so. Yes again. Good, and then just let your head go totally still, totally heavy. And then bend into your knees, letting your tailbone drop towards the floor, scoop belly towards spine, and begin to roll yourself very slowly, all the way to stand up. And as your shoulders arrive over your hips, sweep your arms all the way out and up. And stepping your feet hips distance apart, reaching your arms all the way down and around. Hands come onto your sacrum. And now engage your thigh muscles, lift them off of your kneecaps, and gently press your hips forward and press your buttock flesh down towards the back of your knees. And now breathe up, get long, lift light, like a sprouting flower growing up out of the soil of your hips. Your spine gets long, reach up, breathe into your back ribs, start to slide shoulder blades together and down your back. Shoulder blades together and down your back, root down, lift up. Exhale, go a little bit further back. Inhale, root down, lift up. Exhale, go a little bit further back. One more time, rooting to lengthen. Exhale, go a little further back, and then chin towards chest, rising slowly through center. Now you can just let your hands slide down the sides of your legs as you return into a fold, nice and slow and easy, inviting your spine with you, not shocking your spine into the fold. Good, drop your head completely. Let an exhale wash through your spine, through your crown. And then inhale, lengthening your heart forward. Bend into your knees, plant your hands, step back to a plank pose. So blocks are to the sides if you're using them. And then drop down onto your knees, rock your heart forward and slowly lower down onto your belly. And then inhale, lifting your chest, low cobra. Return into Sphinx pose, bringing your palms down, forearms down, we adjust this. Inhale, lengthening heart forward. fingers together. Root down into your palms, your forearms, your elbows. Press down, lift your hips, your thighs, come onto your knees. Tuck your toes, lift your knees. And now root down, feel your front body hug up into your back body. Already your shoulder blades start to spread and then start to walk your feet in towards your face. Lengthening your hips, your spine up. Keep your shoulder blades wrapping towards your outer armpits as you walk your feet in, in. Good. Now you can always step your feet wide on the mat. You can always bend your knees also, but keep rooting down evenly through palms, forearms, elbows as you lift up. Shoulder blades, breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. And you actually feel and visualize the expanding open that's happening at the surface of your back skin between your shoulder blades. That expanding and that softening. See it, feel it. One more breath. Come down onto your knees. Child's pose. Send your hips back. Send your arms back by your side. Shoulders falling towards the mat. Even tuck your chin a little bit towards your chest so the back of your neck is super rounded and long as well. Good. And then breathing little pockets of space, bursting open into all the spaces where you felt that work. Right? You're breathing a spaciousness into the work so that all of that power that you generated, the aliveness that you activated in your tissues, it begins to breathe out, spread out, lengthen out, to be integrated through your whole system, your whole body. And slowly rise back up onto hands and knees. Bring your right arm, threading it underneath your left. Bring your side of the head, your side of your head down, and then extend your left arm all the way out in front of your left shoulder, towards the front of your mat. And you can either keep your flat palm down, or I actually like to tent my hand with my fingertips rooting down to turn myself open. But then notice what just happened in your hips. It's likely that your right hip just sunk towards the ground. So I want you to actually pull your right hip up towards the sky and sense with your mind's eye, go into your sacrum, right, the back of your pelvis, and feel that you could like lay a paper down or a book down on top of the back of your pelvis and it wouldn't fall off because it's an even and flat, a straight line across. And now sending breaths through the sides of your spine and into that space, into those tissues that connect your back ribs to your spine. Good. And then bring your left hand back under your left shoulder so it moves back in. Root down, rise back up onto hands and knees. Now open your right arm towards the sky, open your right ribs towards the sky. Your left hip, your opposite hip, a little further back. Plug your back ribs in towards your spine. Beautiful. Set your right hand down onto the mat. Inhale, cow spine, heart forward. And exhale, round and go slowly, go softly, and move from the space inside. Good. Inhale, heart forward. Neutral spine, left arm reaches towards the sky. And then exhale, thread through underneath your right arm. Walk your right hand forward towards the front of your mat, but then pull your opposite hip, your left hip, a little further back and up. you to decide, for you to sense, become quiet enough, willing enough to listen. And then sliding your right hand again underneath your shoulder, root down, rise up, left arm opens towards the sky. Plugging your back ribs in towards your spine. Feel that your pelvis is even. Pull your right hip a little further back. And then slowly close your hand down onto the mat. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, shoulder blades spread, tailbone tucks. Inhale forward. Exhale. 3 more times. Moving slow. When we slow down, we can access the spacious points, the space that exists around any contraction, tension, holding on. There's always a spaciousness that exists around. Move from there. Beautiful. And then finding a neutral spine, cross your shins behind you, rock back and find your way onto your seat. Coming into Sukhasana. Your right shin is in front of you. The right shin is in front of left, I should say. Can you hear me okay? Thumbs up. Okay, good. Okay, awesome. Your fingertips out towards the sides, using them almost like a kickstand. Imagine you could even like grow roots down through each fingertip, down through your sit bones, and those growing roots actually allow you to lift lighter. They give you the foundation and the support to grow longer and taller through your side waist, side rims, side neck. And then slowly turning your palms up towards the sky, sweeping your arms all the way up. Exhale, pitching your chest forward about 10% and then pause. And then imagine just rooting your tailbone down into the earth. Breathing your side ribs long forward. Turn your palms down. Exhale, hands find the ground, shoulder distance apart. Inhale, lengthening your heart forward. Root your sit bones deeper into the mat. And then exhale, fold all the way in. And then slow your breath a lot. Thinking like 5 counts in, 5 counts out, if not even more, maybe like 6 or 7 or 8 counts out. Sensing the natural opening that occurs when breath meets body. The opening, the softening that naturally occurs. You don't even have to do anything. It's just being open to receiving breath, open to receiving softness, open to receiving love, support, nurture. Slowly walking your hands back in towards your body. Lean over to your right side. You're going to pull your left heel around by your left hip. Okay. And now actually walk your left knee and thigh back. So there's a lot of space between your foot and your thigh. So you feel super long from hip to thigh. And then reach your right arm out towards the side. Sweep your left arm around in front of you, opening your chest. Now you can either stay down or lift your hips up off of the mat, as long as that feels okay for your low spine. Okay. And then inhale, opening, like root into your back shin, your back knee. And then breathe yourself open, like pressing open into your front thigh, front ribs. Good. And then slowly setting your hips down onto the mat again. Sweep your arm back. And now turn yourself towards your right knee and fold forward over the front of your knee. That's a very modified version and also a different access point, resembling pigeon. So you can always stack your fists and rest your forehead on them, or whatever comfortable position you can find. Just sense where there's already space. How can you drop into that space? Breathe into that space even more. Slowly rising up. Swinging your left shin all the way around, it ends up in front. Sukhasana. Fingertips up towards the sides, lift through your heart. Breathe your tailbone leaning down into the ground, like it were like a spear. You could root into the ground. And then turning palms out, circling your arms all the way up. Now keep your seat rooted down as you start to pitch forward, 10% and pause. Now even root through like the pinky side edges of your feet and your sit bones. And then turn your palms down, reach hands shoulder distance apart onto the mat. And then inhale, heart forward, hips down and back. Exhale, fold in. So anywhere, even if it's the most subtle sensation, but anywhere that you feel contracting, like pulling back or resisting that's happening in your body, go into the space that surrounds it. There's an energetic space that engulfs any sort of contraction. Any sort of tension is surrounded by space. So go in and inhabit the spaciousness. Inhabit the space with breath, with gentle presence. Lean to the left, sweep your right heel by your right hip. And then once you do, walk your knee, your thigh back. So there again, there's a lot of space between your foot and your thigh. Left palm out to the side, right arm sweeps around. You can either keep hips down or lift your hips as you open. If hips stay down, you might want to walk your bottom hand a little further out so you have a little more space to play with turning your chest open towards the sky. Yeah. And then root through your back knee, open. Good. And then slowly lowering hips down. Arm sweeps back across to the right side. And now turn your chest to point over. It's like in the same line as your knee. And then lower down. Resting on forearms, on stacked fists, or on palm. Sense the physical touch of breath. Sense the physical touch of breath inside. Slowly rising up onto your hands. Leaning to the left, swing your right leg all the way around and step your foot outside of your left thigh. Now you want to pull your ankle all the way towards your hip by getting your bottom knee to point directly forward. Root your sit bones onto the mat. Kickstand fingertips, rooting out. Tailbone like a spear down into the ground. And then inhale, sweeping your arms up. Exhale, twist open to the right side. Hook your elbow outside of your knee. Right hand supports behind your back. Inhale, lifting tall, 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 tall. And then exhale, pressing and pressing your knee in towards the middle of your body as you turn over. Slowly unwind back center, and then keep turning all the way to the left. Keep turning, keep turning. Plant your palms down and bow your head. Rising back at center. Lean back, switch. Fingertips out towards the sides. Inhale, sweep. Tailbone down. Twist open to the left. And now drop in. Drop physically and with awareness into your body. Find the spaciousness. And then the gentle encouragement of your breath rising from the space. So you're just expanding space through your body, through your spine, through your crown. And look at that, you have all that space now to turn open, but it's happening from the softness of space, not from the force and efforting and the will of contraction. Okay? That's how we respond rather than react. It is from spaciousness. Beautiful, slowly unwind. And as you unwind, you keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Go all the way. Bow to the right. Beautiful, rising center. Soles of your feet come together. Inhale, sweeping your arms out and up. Exhale, pitching your chest 10%. Press the soles of your feet together as you relax the back of your pelvis down into the mat. And then hands find the ground, shoulder distance apart. Inhale, lengthening heart forward. Exhale, fold in. Good, and then slowly walking your hands back in towards your body. Hands outside of your thighs help to close together. Good, scoot yourself forward, come all the way to lie down on your back. Good. Step your feet wide on the mat. Open your arms out to a T. And then drop your knees over to the left side. Lifting them back up center. Go all the way over to the right. And then again, lifting center. Drop to the left. Make sure your feet are down on the mat and they are wide on the mat. So your right foot is on the right side of your mat. Your left foot's on the left side of your mat. There we go. Okay, so now wiggle your right foot further out towards the right side. Maybe you cross your left ankle on top of your right knee if you want the added weight. And now it might feel good to keep your arms as they are, or you might even lengthen your arms all the way up and overhead. It'll open you through your chest, your upper back a little bit more. So tune into what's best for your body right now. And then slowly lifting your knees back up center and sending your knees over to the right side. Maybe you're crossing your foot on top, maybe your arms are overhead. And now sense where there is settling occurring within your inner earth. Almost like snow melts on the ground, the particles falling softly and melting into the ground, melting into your inner earth. Lifting your knees back up center. Heel toe your feet back to hips distance apart. Draw your right knee into your chest. And extend your left leg all the way out long onto the mat. And point through your toes. And then flex your feet. And then roll through your ankles, going in one direction. And then go in the other direction. Roll through your feet, roll through your toes, roll through your ankles. And then pause, just relax your feet. Relax them. And then twist, pulling your knee across to your left side. Back up center and switch your limbs. Left knee in, right right leg goes all the way out, long, 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 super long through your right thigh, right foot, and then roll through your ankles. Beautiful. Twist. Pull your knee over to the right side. Slowly return back through center. And extend your leg all the way out in front of you. Now roll over onto your left side. You can make your bottom arm a little pillow. You can make your bottom shin a little kickstand by pulling your shin a little bit behind you. And then lift your top leg to about hip height. And roll your toes, your knee, to point up towards the sky. And now pull your knee in towards your shoulder. And pat your knee with your top hand, your right hand, and hug in. And now kick your foot straight out towards the front or back of your mat, arm reaching all the way out long. And exhale, pull your knee in towards your side waist, catch your hand on your knee, hug in. Inhale, reach out, get long. Exhale, pull in. One more time. Hug all the way in and pause. Bring your hand around to the back of your thigh, or grab a hold of your big toe and kick your leg straight up towards the sky. Now sense the bottom side of your body where you are connected to the ground, and actually let your body drop deeper into the ground. Draw more with breath, with body. Then breathe up through the back of your leg, through your heel, staying dropped into the earth. And then releasing the hold on your leg or foot, extend your leg back, arm overhead. And now turn your toes to point directly forward in the same direction as your belly. And then bend your back knee, sweep your top arm all the way around to catch a hold of the top of your foot. And then just a little gentle kick back, open through the front of your hip, your thigh, and actually send your tailbone towards like the back of your knee. And then lengthen arm and leg. Rest your hand in front of your chest. Pull your top knee in front of your chest and turn open into a twist. And slowly rolling onto your back once again, coming back through center, and then you'll roll over onto your right side. So bend your bottom knee, your shin comes behind you like a little kickstand. Lift your top leg to hip height. So your toes start out pointing directly forward, but I want you to actually spin from your hip socket, right? Your thigh, your knee, your shin, your toes start to point up to the sky. Good. And now pull your knee in, hugging your thigh, your knee in towards your side body, and catch your knee, your top hand, pull it in. Feel the compression in your groin and breathe the spaciousness there. Good, and then kick your legs straight out towards the back of your mat and arm overhead. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, hug in. Good. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, hug in. Catch either the back of your thigh or fingers grab a hold of your big toe. And then from there, start to extend your legs straight up towards the sky. And once you arrive, drop. Go right to where your body meets the ground. And drop more. And from that deep earth connection, softly breathe, lengthening up through your leg. And releasing the hold, arm and leg extend out in opposite directions. Then come back to that starting position with toes, hip pointing directly forward in front of you. And then bend your back knee, reach around with the top arm, grab a hold. Slide your left shoulder blade down your back. Start to kick your shin, your foot straight back, but keep lengthening tailbone towards the back of your knee. Breath here. Good. Extend your leg and your arm once again. Bring your hand in front of your chest. Hug your knee in front of your chest. And then turn open into the twist. Slowly rolling all the way onto your back. Pull both knees into your chest. You can gently rock a little bit side to side. Happy baby. Open your knees. Heels over knees. Full breath deep into the bowl of your pelvis. And exhale all the way out. Hands to your outer knees, help to close them together. Wrapping your arms around your shins, curl into a small ball. And then exhale, relax all the way down. Step one foot and then the other down onto the mat. Lift your hips and lower your hips. Shavasana, extending your legs all the way out in front of you. If you have any pillows, blankets, anything that you want to support yourself, maybe a sweater, make sure that you are warm, you are comfortable. So arriving on the earth. And feeling again that, feeling you yourself as earth. As if you were lying on a mountaintop, surrounded in all directions just by earth. The vastness, the sturdiness, the steadiness, the intensity and the passion of earth, the fierceness, that real, like, motherly, protective love of earth. And not only being surrounded by it, but made of it. There were no separation between your body and the earth around you. There were no separation. Just a part of the same consciousness. Part of the same ecosystem. Draw up the energy of the earth into your body. Feel that energy expanding in your body. Go ahead and activate that earth energy inside of your body. Feel it vibrating through your blood, vibrating through your bones. Expand that energy higher. Let it turn up, turn high. Your body vibrating with the earth energy, the vibrancy of earth energy. Now go ahead and turn that up a little bit more. Expand that energy farther out, breathe it through your body. And take a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And do that again, expanding the earth energy through your whole body, out through your mouth. Again, open and expand to more of earth energy. Out through your mouth. Breathing in, breathing out. And now let go of the effort of breath and allow breath. Allow breath to expand and carry that earth frequency through your body. Feel the current of frequency moving through your whole body like waves, breathing in and out of you. Earth surrounds you, earth fills you. Feel it, visualize it moving through you like a wave. This wave of earth frequency through your body. Your body and earth breathing together, a consciousness. Sense it in your forearms and in your elbows and in your wrists. Sense it in the palms of your hands, in your thumb and your index finger, and middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. Feel it in your upper arm, the back of your arm, inner arm. Feel it fill in your shoulders. This earth energy expanding into the tops of your shoulders, the back of your neck, around the back of your occipital bone and the backs of your ears, the tops of your ears, your inner ears. Feel it in your temples, in your forehead, and over the skin of your eyes, and it wipes across and around over your cheekbones and down the bridge of your nose. And it wraps over and through your lips, your tongue. It drops down through the front of your throat and into your chest. Feel it in your collarbones and in your breastbone. Feel it in your ribs and your back ribs. Feel it in your solar plexus and in your belly, and in your groins, your hip flexors. And feel it in your sex organs. Keep breathing yourself open to this earth energy, this earth consciousness. Feeling it in the space around your tailbone and in your glute muscles. Feel it in your inner thighs and the tops of your thighs, your outer thighs and the backs of your thighs. Feel it in the space just underneath your kneecaps and just inside of the backs of your knees. And feel it in the sides of your shin bones and through the backs of your calves. And sense it inside of your ankles, in your heels. Sense it in the top of your foot, between each of your toe bones and through the sole of your foot. Even feel it in the tips of each of your toes. And then take a deep breath in, breathing yourself open to this earth energy through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathing yourself open to this earth energy through your whole body. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Keep breathing. And then let it all settle. And sense your whole body activated with this earth energy, this earth frequency. Feel it moving through you, around you, as you, like a wave of consciousness. Keep breathing yourself open to this earth frequency. As it fills into every cell in your body, lighting up every cell in your body as it fills and activates. Inside, keep breathing yourself open to this earth frequency inside of your body. moving like a wave of consciousness around you and through you and as you. Feel it flowing through the rivers of your blood, cleansing your blood as you breathe yourself open to this earth frequency. Inhale through your nose, full breath. Through your mouth. Breathe yourself open more and more. Activate more of this earth energy. Breathing. Inviting it in. Turning the frequency up. Inside each of your bones. Inside each of your muscles. Inside all of the tissue of your skin. Open yourself to more and more of this earth frequency. And then letting your breath settle. Staying open in your breath. Open to feeling. Open to seeing. The waves of earth consciousness moving through your body that wrap around your skin, that breathe through your skin and into your body. sensing this, continuing to sense the earth inside of your body. Begin to breathe yourself open from that inner space and out into the space around you. Little movements in your fingers, your toes, your hands, your feet. You might even take a full body stretch. Take any movement that would feel satisfying in your body. And then when you're ready, you'll bend your knees, staying connected to this earth as you roll to your right side, feeling the earth beneath you, meeting the earth of your body, the earth of your body, meeting the earth beneath you. And then slowly rising up from that seat of awareness, of being in that earth consciousness. Just finding a comfortable seat. And with your eyes closed, dropping your gaze down beneath your cheekbones, down through your throat, down through your heart, into your belly, to your root, where you root down into the ground. And without force or effort, but from a space of invitation, willingness, and allowing, breathe up through your root, from ground, through your root, and allow breath and energy to naturally lift and lengthen you. You're not trying to lengthen and efforting with your body, but you're allowing it to happen as breath draws up from the ground, through your root, through your belly, through the sides of your spine, like the back of your solar plexus, which is actually called your lunar plexus, and up through the back of your heart, the back of your neck. It's breath that's lengthening you. It's not because you're telling your body to lengthen, but you're allowing body to be opened by breath. And soften your jaw. Soften your tongue. Soften the space between your eyebrows. And the skin that wraps over your cheekbone. And just watch breath as it slides naturally up and down the sides of your spine. You can almost see it like a wave of energy. Sliding up and sliding down. Drawing earth up and grounding you, rooting you down. your spine being nourished by earth breath. And gently gathering your hands together in front of your heart in a prayer position. Inhale, lifting through your heart. Exhale, bow all the way forward and down, bowing in deep gratitude and reverence for this earth, for this earth body, for this practice, this virtual space to practice together, and the space inside for you to practice anytime you choose to drop in, feel in, be in. And rising up, bring your thumbs to touch your third eye. The spirit in me sees, honors, and loves the spirit in you. Namaste. Thank you so much. So lovely having you both. Yeah, you're welcome, love. And have a beautiful night and sweet, sweet dreams.
Thank you so much, Anna.
You're welcome.
That was amazing.
So good to have you.
Thank you.
Ricardo. Good night.
Good night. Bye.